Hey y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Who the hell? I'm from Instagram. Okay. So I just wanted to say that a lot of us is on a very amazing, tough, hard, um, hard journey right now. Whether it's a twin flame, whether it's just, your own self healing, your own self growth. I just feel like a lot of us is, we're in that, and Venus has been retrograde. Child. I feel like Venus has been retrograde for like the last 2 years for me, baby. Because I was like, what in the here's the heat. Okay. And I think Mercury is about to come out of retrograde pretty soon. And like for a lot of us that have, definitely been in this situation, like I said, whether, twin flame or whatever the situation may be. Just your own self growth. It's like, you've been through the trenches, you've been through so many ups and downs. And this will really touch your strength. I have to say that for me, I am proud as a hell for myself because I am so damn strong. Okay, I have to literally say that I am amongst one of the strongest people I know because I've literally been through so many different like ups and downs, a lot of downfalls, a lot of downheavals and stuff like that, and I've always found a way to make it out and to always get myself back on track. And sometimes the biggest obstacle is knowing your own strength. And like I said, God will always show you your strength, and He would allow you to be at your lowest so that when you rise yourself up and you get to see like, damn, like I was at my rock bottom at this moment, and look how a little faith and a little hope and and prayer and stuff like that have really allowed me to transform and really allow me to really step into my power and to be the best person that I can be. And I know a lot of y'all have definitely been through the trenches, and I'm not really just speaking on like relationship wise. I'm just talking about yourself, how you view yourself, your upbringing, your beliefs, like I could pretty much say I have been in like masculine energy for a long time, right? I've been in masculine energy, raised and brought up by a lot of masculine females, so they really didn't have, the femininity and, and all of that other stuff that, us gals are supposed to have, stuff like that. So, um, so when you're not raised from like the whole feminine, aspect of it, and you're raised to being your masculine, like I could look back and say, a lot of things and a lot of my behaviors, um, I'm trying to move this. A lot of the things that I've been through, a lot of my behaviors throughout life have been very, um, I want to say kind of like masculine type vibe. And masculine vibe, they're very like get it, go, go, go. Um, like that type of energy. Like, if you know, you know. And I haven't really allowed myself to really be in the empress because I've always been like the caregiver, the caretaker, and stuff like that. And even when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, I noticed how I was the one that was, you know, I was doing the bagging and stuff like that. Like I was shooting the shots, and it was just like whether sometimes they missed, sometimes they went in, and sometimes it came back around, and I'm just like, okay, I mean, what it is. And like I said, I just feel like a lot of us, we're now getting to that energy of getting back to us and really doing things that we love and really just taking our steps and getting on our path and aligning us to our purpose and, deeper into our purpose. For some people, it is aligning them to their purpose, but for some, it's aligning them deeper into their purpose and really taking those leaps of faith. Like, I've been channeling a lot of springtime energy. Even like in the morning, sometimes when I get up, and I'm getting ready to, head out and stuff like that. It's a lot of, like, it just feels very springy to me, very refreshed, renewed, repaired, rejuvenated. And I love that. Like I said, a lot of like self sabotaging, a lot of self doubt has been going on, a lot of lack of self worth, lack of self confidence, has been going on, and it's like now, the collective is really finding their footing, and it's really, getting into that thing and really starting to take a little action on, what we want. And I'm wrong with it. And really just being extremely authentic to who we are. And a lot of people are finding out certain things work for them and certain things don't work for them. A lot of people are finding out that working at a job or being the employee is not for them. They want to be the employer. Like, they want to have their own business, their own, their own little babies, their own project. And I feel like a lot of people is coming into that aspect now, and it's like, I don't want to work for somebody else. I don't want to be on someone else's payroll. I don't want to be the employee and have to answer to a manager and stuff like that. Like, I want to be able to wake up and start my day at my own time, at my own pace, and um be perfectly fine with that. And I want to just let y'all know, if that's something that y'all are planning on doing, or if that's something that y'all feel deep in your heart, that's y'all calling, that's what y'all need to do, then y'all need to make sure that y'all take the necessary steps to make sure that y'all can do that and stuff like that. Like, I'm not the one to sit up here and say, hey, quit your job, just quit it. It's like, no, like, what's your plan? You need to have a plan on what you're going to do. And it's okay if you start a job and then you have your side hustle, whatever business that you choose to open, like your side baby. It's okay that you start that and you use that to get you to where you need to be. Until you can thrive off of your business and stuff like that. A lot of people, they just, and it's like, hey, do what works for you. Like, if you're called to just up and go, then baby, that's what you do. But for most people, they have to literally, stay a year or two at their jobs until they can, fully support themselves on their venture, or whatever endeavors that they're doing, because not a lot of businesses is going to pop off in like the first year or the first 2 years. Some people are extremely lucky that it pops off as quick as it does within like that first year, first 2 years. Like, they like, boom, they on it. But some people, I remember one girl I was watching, she does like lip gloss and stuff like that. I was watching her on YouTube, and she was basically like, it took her, I think, about 3 years to hit 6 figures. She was like, it literally took me 3 years to even make 100,000. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's like that. But you have to make sure that y'all keeping up the grind. You have to make sure that your heart is into it. Because a lot of time we get these ideas like, oh, I want to do that because that's so dope. But it's like, we want it in that moment, but it's not something that we want in our heart. And we have to understand and learn how to differentiate, passion versus something temporarily and stuff like that. And I feel like that's what a lot of people is doing. Even myself, like, I have to put myself in it. Like, even myself, baby, I can easily, especially, I could easily just be like, this is what I want, this is what I want to do this, I want to do that. But it's not like I really want to do it. It's like, it's there in my mind at that moment, so I want to do it at that time because it's in my mind at that time. And it's like, that's not really what I want to do. So I've recently found something that I'm so super passionate about, that I freaking love. And if you know me, then you know that, ooh, child. And if you know me, then you know that I love this specific thing. So, I'm just, trying to really work on it and create it and craft it in and stuff like that. I believe, I know it's going to be so amazing. And I know it's going to do so amazingly well because so much of my love and my heart and my energy and my passion is into creating, this wonderful, magical piece. I know a lot of people who wants to be, entrepreneurs, but they don't want to take that step to do it. And it's like, so how can you be an entrepreneur, like, if you don't want to take the step to do it? I remember when I worked at a retail store with a girl. This was probably like in 2020, I want to say 2019, 2020. And she was talking about starting a YouTube channel. She's like into like hair and makeup and stuff like that. And she's really good at it. So I was telling her, like, go and do it. Like, do it. Like, people, and she was just like, I'm scared people going to talk about me. I'm like, they're going to talk about you regardless. Like, people are going to talk about you regardless, whether you like it or not. They're going to do it. They're going to talk about you from they're going to talk about you from your head to your toes, baby. They don't even have to know you. They're just going to judge you. I said, so you can't allow that energy to, tear you away. And I've known that because I've been that energy. It's like, oh, I want to do this, but what, ooh, I don't know. I don't know what people is going to think. I don't know how people is going to feel about it and stuff like that. Like, you don't want to fail yourself and you don't want to look like a failure in other people's eyes. But it's like, how else will you know your strengths? Like, how else will you know your talents? How else will you know you if you don't even put you in the position to try it? You know what I'm saying? It's like making food. You haven't even cooked it and you're already saying it's going to be nasty. It's like you haven't even prepped it yet. You haven't even started it yet. You don't even know what it tastes like yet. It could be boiling right now on the stove and you haven't even did a little taster yet and you're already like, oh, it's going to be nasty. Nobody going to like it. And it's like you got to have a little bit more faith in that. And I just heard in my head, have a little faith in me. It's like you got to have a little faith in yourself. Like, even if it's like, let's say you want to create wigs and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I got to go and find this vendor. I got to do this. It's like, okay, you're going to have to spend money in order to know. Everything is about trial and error. That's why I was saying I was channeling a lot of spring energy. Like, a lot of people is really going to be like, like just going into their craft this spring. Like, a lot of people is really going to just be going heads on. They're just going to be getting their finances together. They're going to be creating a better them, working on them, whether it's exercising, eating healthy, skin regimens, starting YouTube channels, podcasts, TikToks, or whatever the situation may be. It's like a lot of people is really going to take that leap of faith into themselves and say, you know what, this is what I want. I know I can do it because I know that my passion, my heart, my energy, my love is all into this thing right here, and this is what I'm going to do. And they're going to do it, and they're going to really ace it. And I'm proud before you even started. And just like the girl that I worked with, and I was just telling her, like, you gotta do it. Like, this is something that you want to do. You have the equipment. You keep talking about it. It's like either you're going to do it or you're going to sit back and you're just going to miss out on the opportunity and stuff like that. And I remember sometime last year, I want to say probably November. It could have been October. I don't know. It was sometime probably like November, I think it was. I remember when I worked with her, because she had just moved into this apartment, and she showed me like just like some of her furniture that she had got and stuff like that, like her living room and stuff like that. So when I saw the thumbnail on YouTube, I was just like, I passed it. Like, I didn't look at the name of the uploader, like her YouTube name or anything like that. I was just like, I just passed it. And then I was just like, when I said, I was like, this living room looks so fucking familiar. I was like, where do I know this living room from? I was like, where do I know this living room from? And I was just sitting there and I was just like, I know this living room. I know it. I know this living room. And I kept just like bypassing it, and it just kept popping up on my YouTube. And I was like, you know what? Let me just click on. Let me just click on. And I clicked on, and her face was there, and I have to say, I screamed. I screamed, and I was just so shocked and so surprised and so happy. And I remember I screamed and I said, "She did it! She did it! She finally did it!" And I felt so happy. And then, I wound up hitting her up on Instagram and stuff like that. And then she was just like, "Oh my goodness, I was looking for you. I wanted to thank you for your advice and your words of encouragement and always letting me know that I can do it and always believing in me and stuff like that." And sometimes that's what somebody needs. Somebody just needs that person in their corner to say, "You got this, you can do it. I believe in you. I don't care about anybody else. You are a winner." And sometimes some people don't have that person in their corner to cheer them on. Like their own families could be against them, their own friends could be against them. They could literally feel and physically be alone. And it's like you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your biggest supporter and your biggest motivator, because if you don't support and motivate yourself, nobody else is going to do it for you. So you have to take the necessary steps into getting you in the position that you want to be first. Like I know a lot of people that have tarot cards and stuff like that, and they're like, "I'm not comfortable with, doing readings yet." And I'm like, it's okay. Practice on yourself, practice on your friends, practice on your family. Like you're not always going to hit you're not always going to be on point, because if spirit want to throw a curveball in it, spirit will throw a curveball in it and will direct you, because it's something that you're not supposed to know, or something that person is not supposed to know. And it's like, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay if you don't know how to read tarot and you just have oracle cards. You can do it like that too. It's a lot of readers on here that read oracle cards. Like they can give you a dope ass message from an oracle card. Like they can literally, let's say, from something like this. Can you guys see it? They can literally give you a whole reading from this card, or just cards like that in general, and you can get the message. It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay if you don't know how to do something. Everything is not for everybody. Just like working at certain places is not for everybody. Listen, it is what it is, but it's like you have to, really work on yourself first and foremost. You have to get comfortable with you. You have to get comfortable with who you are as an individual. You have to get comfortable with your flaws. You have to get comfortable with knowing that you're the shit, and you literally deserve everything that you want. It's like, no, I'm the shit, and I deserve everything that I want. Like whatever I desire, whatever my heart's desire, I deserve it, because that's mine and stuff like that. So, you gotta look at it like, especially when it comes to me, and I see people, doing things that I want to do, or doing things that's like in the lane of what I want to do. Like I'm the type of person, like I will support them. Like I will buy something from them and stuff like that, just to show them my support and stuff like that, because I'm not a vindictive person. I'm not like an ill intention or ill willed person. It's like, if I'm truly happy for you, I'm truly happy for you. If something that you're doing doesn't make sense to me, I question it, because I question it to myself, because it's something that I need to understand for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like me, if you come to me and you're like, this is something that I'm starting, like I might be like, I mean, whatever makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I might be like, why? Like that don't make sense. But it's not supposed to make sense to me. It's supposed to make sense to the person that is, attached to it, that is going after it. Let's say, like I said, you want to, let's get back onto this. You want to, start creating wigs. So it's like, now you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your craft, right? So you have to know, like, this is what I want. Let me do it. It's like, where in your house are you going to create these wigs at? Is it going to be in your room? Is it going to be in your living room? Do you have a spare room that you can use? Okay, so now you have to you come to this decision. This is what you're going to do. You're going to make wigs. Are you a wig wearer? Do you know how to install a wig? Do you know how to create a wig? Okay, no. So now you have to take the time out to invest in yourself and to learn how to, sew in some, how to pluck, how to color, how to cut, how to curl. Even if you're doing the actual sewing in of the track to to the cap. Like, you have to learn those things. So it's like, now you got to get a wig head, you got to get a wig stand, you got to get T-pins, you got to get, hair clips, you got to get, wig caps, you got to, you got to get all these other different things. And sometimes, you just have to pick up things little by little. Like, I used to be the type of person, like, I wanted everything at one time. Like, I wanted everything at one time so I could just do it. And it's like, you have to learn patience. You have to learn kindness and gentleness with yourself, and learning how to build as you go. You're not going to have everything in the beginning. So it's like, I got to build as I go onto this thing. And that's perfectly fine. If you could just go to Amazon, get your wig stand, get your wig head, get your T-pins, get your hats, get your got-to-be glue, or whatever you got to get. And then, like, in the next 2 weeks when you get your check, you get, like, 3 more things. And then you wait after the next check, you got your bills you gotta pay, and then the check after that, you use $100 after that to go and buy more things. So now it's like, okay, I got the the supplies. Now I need the hair. So this is where you'll go, and you're going to, like, your Alibabas or whatever you're gonna go, and you could hit up a vendor, and you could be like, hey, I just want to sample your hair. Sometimes they might be like, okay, this is the price, and it might be $200 that you pay for a certain amount of hair, or $300 that you pay for a certain amount of hair. It's like, it's a trial and error, but you have to be willing to make the investment on yourself, and to understand, like, this is what I want to do, so this is what I have to do. Because it's a part of the craft. Don't, get out there and be like, oh, guys, I have a wig line coming out. But, in the beginning, because, like I said, you have to perfect it and tailor it to you. And, people got to see you wearing your shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't come out here, you ain't never have a wig on before. Like, yeah, I sell wigs. They're going to be like, child, when do you start wearing wigs? Like, I don't know where you got that wig from. Like, once people start seeing you, once you learn it and you get it down pat, I would say, start a Instagram or a YouTube where you're opening yourself up to people seeing you create this thing, people seeing you color, cut, style, and all these things, and install it, so they have a little bit more trust in you, and then you create more trust in yourself, because it's like, I'm showing y'all that, hey, listen, I got the shit. I mean, if y'all don't want it, somebody else is gonna get it. So, I mean, either what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So now you get your hair, and you putting yourself out there, and now you can promote your business and stuff like that. If you're trying to do something in the cosmetics, like lip gloss, okay, now you gotta find where to get base from, the lip gloss base, and you gotta, what kind of oils are you gonna put in your lip gloss? Are fragrances and pigments and stuff like that. Like, what kind of tubes are you going to use? Are you going to use squeeze tubes? Like, are you going to use squeeze tubes like this, or are you going to use a wand tube, or are you going to have a mixture of both? Like, what else besides that? Like, I know a lot of people that do, like, lip gloss and eyelash, so they sell like both of them and stuff like that. And it's like, you gotta come to a decision on what you want to do, like, what's going to make you happy in the long run, and then you have to take the necessary steps to perfect those crafts. If it's a clothing business, what kind of clothes do you want to sell? You want to sell t-shirts, hats, you want to sell sweatsuits? Like, what you trying to sell? Like, what's going to be on your sweatsuit? What's going to be the logo? What's going to, what's happening here? You have to really figure out what you want and which direction you want to flow into. Don't just hop around like, oh, I want to, have a sweatsuit line, and oh, now I want to, sew yoni steams, and then you have so much stuff going on, you don't even know where you at. You lost in your source, and your audience is lost, and then you losing, people, and people are not interested in you because they're confused, you're confused, everybody confused. It's like, where we going? You know what I'm saying? It's like being lost, and it's like being in the car where nobody got GPS. So we just out here. We just stuck in Shrine. Okay, no, y'all, not me. Y'all, not me. So, like I said, I've been channeling like a lot of springtime energy. And for some people, this can even be happening now, depending on your growth, your healing, and stuff like that, especially when it comes to your healing. But like I said, God will always test you on your strength. He will allow you to see he will allow you to hit rock bottom, so that you can visually see, like, damn, I literally hit, rock bottom. Like, I literally, okay, oh, Hey, well, why are you gorgeous? It's like I literally hit rock bottom, and I was able to pull myself up and you know and make it. Like I was able to really pull myself back up, and I was able to really stand 30 toes down and really you know and really just make it. Like I was like, a lot of people aren't able to do that. A lot of people, they just get complacent, and they get comfortable in the area or wherever they're at in their life, and it's like they know what makes them happy. They know where they want to go, they know where they need to be, but because especially people who's naturally and easily driven by, shut up out there. Um, especially people who's easily swayed, and manipulated and talked off their course and stuff like that. They will do it. They will. Oh, you shouldn't do it. It's not of you. That's not the type of person you are. Or they have that person. Why you want to do that for? That's stupid. That's dumb. You think you good for that? You think you could do that? Like, you're not even that smart. You don't have no talents. And then next thing you know, it just falls. It all falls down, and you have to learn how to just stand up for yourself. If you're not standing up for you, who's standing up for you? Okay, stand up for yourself. Don't be sitting up here lying. People try to like talk you down and belittle you and make you feel like you ain't shit. You are the shit. Okay. You are the shit. They mad because they ain't got shit going for themselves. So here you are with something going for yourself, and they want to tear you down. They want you to feel like them. They want you to be in the same boat as them. You leave their ass right where they at, on Ain't Shit Island. Okay, they on Ain't Shit Island or riding up Ain't Shit Creek without a paddle, and they want you in that boat. They want you in that little canoe or wherever they at. They want you in that shit with them, and you have to learn how to say, baby, you in this shit by your mother loving self, okay? You in this thing by yourself. I ain't in this thing with you. You crazy? Are you dumb? You must be. You must be real stupid if you think that I'm. Excuse you? You must be real stupid if you think that I'm in this thing with you, because baby, we're not. We're not. We're cut from different cloths. Like you can't sit with me. Like, ooh, that's a good thing. It's like, you can't sit with me. Like, I don't know where you're going to sit, but baby, it's not with me. It's really not. It's really not with me. I don't know what you're going to do, but you need to figure it out. Like I said, it's all about you. It's all about your healing, how you feel about yourself. Like I said, you're never done healing, okay? You're going to be healing until the wheels fall off. You're going to be healing, 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 healing. But don't let people revert you. Don't let people allow you to go back. Like, if it's something, like I said, if it's something that you want, go for it. Speak your truth. Like I said, a lot of us been, in this stuck energy. We can't move forward. We can't go backward. We're just like stuck trying to maneuver and stuff like that. And we're out of it. Okay, we're out of it. We're out of it. We are moving towards what we want, what we desire, and that's about it. And who's going to stop it? Like, if you feel like your dating life has sucked, from for whatever situation it sucked. Now you might be like the dating king and queen. Go ahead, do your thing. But give me some. You're gonna stop by, so like the Crab Shack or Juicy Crab, or if you're in New York and you want to stop by the Boyle. I mean, you gonna pick me up some. You gonna pick me up some. But and I want to say to everybody, definitely, 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 if you haven't gotten into self-love, self-care, especially when it comes to like taking yourself out, get into it, baby. Let me tell you something. I do that. Like, I stopped. Like, I used to, when I was working at this one place, at this one mall I used to work at, and they had a Buffalo Wild Wings, baby. Let me tell you something. On Tuesdays and Fridays, they saw my face in there like that. They knew what I wanted. Okay, I was taking myself out to BBQs. I was taking myself out to get seafood. I was taking myself out to the movies. I was taking myself out. I took myself to like Atlanta. I took myself to Atlantic City. all of these things, like, you have to get accustomed to being, by yourself and doing things by yourself, because you're not always going to have somebody. Yeah, like that. You're not always going to have somebody by your side to do things with you, so you have to get accustomed to doing things by yourself. So definitely take yourself out. Like, like when you are dependent on other people to do things with you or for you, you are codependent. When you are, you can't allow yourself to be stuck in like a codependent or expectation type of situation, vibe, energy, and stuff like that, because it's doing no justice for you. You have to say, like, if you're going to come, you're going to come, and if you're not, stay your ass there. Okay. It's like a one-time invite. Basically, it's like what it is. It's like a one-time invite, and it's like, basically, either you want to come or you want to stay where you're at, because you can't pick and choose what you want to do. I'm sorry, you can't. You can't pick and choose what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do? 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 Pick and choose, okay? Pick and choose. I, I cut your ass out. Like, I'll cut you out real quick. Um, so yeah, like, definitely get into the habit of taking yourself out, pampering yourself, and doing a lot of things for yourself. Like I said, I fell off. For like a whole, I think the last time I really, like, I've went and like picked me up seafood, but to actually be out and to take myself out on like a dinner, or to buy me flowers and stuff like that, like, I haven't done that in a while. And it's just something that I have to definitely get myself back into. But I'm just saying, like, if you have never done it, you need to definitely do it. You don't need people to enjoy your day. You don't need those type of energies. Like, baby, let me tell you something. I go to BBQs. I get me like some sticky tenders and stuff like that with some mac and cheese. I get me, my drinks or whatever, and I'll be good. I take myself out to the movies and stuff like that, or whatever it is that you gotta do. Like, I don't know who eat Applebee's, but that's nasty. I just heard Applebee's. Like, I don't know who eat Applebee's, but baby, you take me to Applebee's, I'm leaving. Soon as we pull up to the front, you like, this is where we going. I'm like, this is where you going, cause I ain't coming here. Um, but that's just something that I wanted to say. As you can see, it's starting to get a little dark. Like I bet you look cute as shit. Like, y'all see me? Y'all see these lips? On the classroom. Oh, you can't tell me nothing, baby. What you gonna tell me? You gonna see my little ones up there? Do you see the little one right there? Like, what you gonna tell me? What you finna say? Oh, oh. I mean, we can go out, on Saturday if you want or whatever. Like, I don't know if that's what you want to do. Like, but I gotta pick the place though, because I don't know where you be trying to go. That's control issues, and just like, this is what I eat, this is what I don't eat, this is what I eat, this is what I don't eat. So you have the choices, so now you choose the place. I mean, it's a one-time thing. If you're late, don't be popping up at, if we supposed to be out at 5, I don't need to be popping up at my house, I know, at 11, baby, because she's not in, she's sleep. If she sleep. If she sleep. I'm gonna be like, we gotta have to reschedule this, okay? Like, because she ain't coming out. Set them boundaries with people, okay? Set those, like, oh. She pretty as hell, you know what I'm saying? I talk about myself in third person all the time. Leave me alone. But that's what I wanted to say. Like, y'all stop. Stop. Because I hear y'all. I hear y'all. I like, oh, I smell it. I'm like, stop, like, all right, gosh. Like, we can get up, like, I just gotta get cute and stuff like that, Like, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. Like, what am I wanna, like, whatever. All right, I'm really gonna go.